All right, and we're back. This is part two of our discussion, just kind of getting you acclimated and introducing you to the fall experience, or sorry, to the spring experience at Wayne Community College. And just wanted to continue to share a few things with you. We went over the syllabus briefly, and next thing I wanted to show you is the course schedule. Inside of Moodle, you're going to have this course scheduled just right below your syllabus. And this is equally as valuable, if not more valuable, than the syllabus. And I'll tell you why. Because this identifies all the key dates for each class. All the key dates for not only the class, but for the campus and your entire semester. And so what I did, I took the campus calendar, and I'm actually going to go to a different class just to show you some consistency. So no matter what class you go into, you can find that information. Let's see. Let me back up real quick. That was 1501. Okay. I'll open up a separate tab. Let's see. Okay. And so go back to the dashboard here. And let's see. Under like principles of management, we'll go to this one. So you're still seeing, go to student view again, just so you can look at it as you would see it. And under this, once again, you're going to see an introduction, news forum, enrollment verification quiz, and that's for the online classes. If you're in a hybrid class, though, I'm going to encourage you to take it just to give you some way of attending the class in the first few weeks. I do want to go over the course schedule. I clicked on it in the 115 class. Just want to show it to you in a different course to show you kind of how they're outlined. Okay, and so in this class, you've got today is Wednesday the 3rd. First day of classes is scheduled for tomorrow, but we are expecting some inclement weather. And once again, this is a good opportunity for you to be checking your email because to know whether to show up to class or not. And you can see this is an example. I put the enrollment verification due on that Friday. Now, depending on the inclement weather situation, there may be some exceptions there. But go ahead, if you can do it, go ahead and do it and get it over with. I can't stress that enough. You're going to hear it every day from me, even if I'm at home and have to send an email from my phone to all my students. Enrollment verification quiz. You're going to hear it. Okay. And after that, you see the next few weeks when there's a chapter 1 assignments are due the next week in this course. And I highlighted those assignments in blue with the test being highlighted in yellow. Also, you've got holidays or other occasions that are listed. Martin Luther King Day comes up in 2 weeks. That campus will be closed for that. And then as we continue throughout, you see other key things noted like Spring 2 open registration. You've got open registration for summer. Spring break is identified, and then you've also got fall registration for our current students. And so this kind of lays out your entire semester. You can actually print this off, and if you don't have any other means of keeping up with assignments, you can take all your other due dates from other classes and kind of write them up here, or have some type of system where you stay organized and keep up with your notes and what's due when. This, more than anything, will help you be successful. Keeping up with what's due, making sure you do it ahead of schedule, showing up, doing the work. I can't stress that enough. Okay, as far as what else is in Moodle, for my MyTap classes, you will see a link. It's not available until you do the enrollment verification quiz. Once that quiz is done, you'll see a link that you click on it. It'll open up a new tab, and it'll take you into MyTap. I do have students that have issues with that every once in a while. Keep in mind that I've got roughly 100 to 150 students a semester. Everybody's got a different computer using, even if it's the same software, it runs differently because of the physicality of the machine, how it's been treated, how old it is, how new it is, what types of other programs it's got running on it in the background, the type of spyware, malware, or whatever. There's just 1,000 reasons why computers operate differently. In fact, every one of you can have the exact same computer with the exact same software, but just the way you use it and treat it could cause it to operate differently. So, and it could be a Wi-Fi connection, it could be that device. So there's just so many different reasons why you could have trouble. It's always good to have a backup plan in mind. I do want to encourage you to not try to complete assignments using a cell phone. I've had students in the past that try to do the entire class just using a cell phone. I don't encourage that. You need to have access to a computer to really give you the best experience when it comes to using Moodle and MindTap. Moodle and MindTap do have interfaces for mobile, for tablets and phone devices, but I find that those are limited and you might not see everything that you needed. I had a student about a year ago that tried to complete a class completely through cell phone, didn't find out about it until the class was over. And the reason I found out because she was she was not performing well. And so I just want to encourage you to not attempt to do that. If you can avoid it, please try to do this work on a computer. We do have computers available on campus, and we have a computer lab very close to this building, and it's available for you very regularly. So if you need information on that, just hit me up. I want to also encourage you, one other thing, we do have a great in-house tutoring system right here across the hallway from my office. We do in-the-house tutoring, so every day, Monday through, I'm not sure if they're going to be open Friday, but Monday through Thursday definitely. They have tutors in here that can help you with all different types of assignments, whether it's accounting, economics, business law, intro to business, management, whatever. These guys are great. I say guys because I don't think we've had any female tutors, at least that I'm aware of, since I've been here. But in any case, that service is tremendous. They also do virtual tutoring. So if you need assistance and you don't or can't make it in, we can give you an email address and you can go back and forth via email with a tutor to get some assistance there. But part of the thing I want you to get past is if you're in an online class, I don't want you to feel like you're disconnected from the campus. You need to be willing to come to campus, even if you're just an online student, if you need help. Don't just say, well, I'm an online student, I'm at home, I'm by myself, I'm struggling, and so I'm just going to fail or quit or whatever. No, you need to take some initiative and say, I need to do something to change my outcome. An example there, I've struggled with statistics in grad school. I actually had to hire a tutor and pay that tutor cash money, like $100 I paid this tutor for a couple sessions to help me navigate that course. But I did what I had to do. I didn't want to fail the course. I needed to pass the course to pass the class, so I hired a tutor. And we're offering you guys a tutor for free. So the point being is that be proactive. Don't just, say, I can't do this, so if I can't figure it out myself, I'm just going to lay back, take a 0 or take an F. That's not good. We want you to be successful. You're here for a reason. You chose to be here. I'm here for a reason. My goal is to help you be successful, to help you learn, to help you grow as an individual, to help lead you down a path that leads to happiness and more opportunities. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here for. And so I need you to help me do that. In order for me to be successful, I need for you to be successful. So in any case, let's move on a little bit. A few other things I wanted to go over. Had some other notes. One moment. I mentioned attendance already. There is a supplement to the syllabus. I'm going to pull that up real quick. It's not in every class, but I want to go over it here very briefly. Let's see. It is in the right here. And I can email this out. It's just an extra supplement of some other notes that I put together. All right. Let's see. Zoom in. So this supplement is just some additional information. We do have a reading and note-taking policy. We want to make sure that you're doing the reading and taking notes. It helps improve memory. It does a lot for you. If you're in a seated class, we want to encourage you to be taking notes while you're in that class. Even if you only write down a few things, writing it down multiplies your memory of that, whatever we're talking about, by 9 times. You're 9 times more likely to remember something if you write it down. So we want to encourage you to do note-taking. Don't be sitting in class just playing on your cell phone. I'm not really critical on that. Like, if I see you sitting in class playing on a cell phone, you know what? I don't freak out about that. Some teachers do. I think it's rude, to be honest, but you're paying me to be here to listen to me lecture to you and to teach you. And this is your opportunity. I'm a non-traditional student myself. I dropped out of college when I was a junior. It took me 3 years to go back. And when I went back, I realized the value of college. I knew that college equals opportunity, because in the time I'd spent away from college, I just spent my time working various lower pay jobs. And I knew that my potential was more than that. So in order to access the opportunity for a better job, I needed to get my education. And when I went back, I knew that I was there for a reason. I valued the information. And so I paid attention, graduated undergrad with two bachelor's degrees, got a master's and MBA, went on to get a doctorate in education. And so I've committed my life to learning about education, to educating others, and because I truly believe that education, more than so many things that you can do, is so empowering. Not only do you learn, but it gives you the opportunity to live the life that you want to live. When you don't have an education, you're limited in your scope as far as what you can do. There's only so many types of jobs you can get, unless you're an entrepreneur. You can go create a business, that's great. But guess what? Entrepreneurs, if you talk to entrepreneurs that have been successful, they'll tell you one of the things that helped make them successful was education. Even if it wasn't formal through college, they had to read books, they had to go learn from mentors and gather information and educate themselves in order to be successful. You cannot be a successful entrepreneur without having some type of education behind it, whether it be formal or informal. You've got to know your stuff. So I want to encourage you. I want to stand behind you and help you on this path. I also have, this is my personal policy, a no quit policy. If you want to quit, if you think this is not for me, I want you to talk to me first. Email me and say, thinking about quitting. Let's take a hard look at your semester. I've had students just as recently as last semester that were kind of in a tight spot. Their performance was iffy. We sat down, looked at their grades, talked about what we could do to improve, and that student finished the semester passing both of my classes. So don't quit without talking to me. Let's be proactive. I have so many students that just fall to the background and disappear and quit, or they stop performing when they could have just had a conversation and realized they had an advocate in me that was going to help support you to be successful. So the drop policy, this is covered in the syllabus, but I mention it again here because this is something that they look at me and say, I have to be taking these drops in a timely manner. I can't let students hang around in class or on the roster if they're not attending the way they're supposed to be, whether it be online or seated. So if you get dropped, it's for that reason. I don't like dropping students. It's kind of a hassle for me, to be honest. Like, it's a process, but I would much prefer you stay in and pass the class. But just know that policy is in place. Accessing online assignments. I mentioned this also before, the using of the cell phone or tablet. I want to encourage you to not do that. That's just something that leads to a problem. If you need access to a computer, talk to me. We can arrange you to have access to a computer. So let me know if you have challenges. I mean, there's all kinds of challenges I know students have. I've been a student. I've been a non-traditional. I've been a traditional student. So I know about the challenges students face. If you have something that you need, there might be an accommodation or something we can do to help. So we're here to help you be successful. And with that, I'm going to start to wrap up this podcast and this video cast. I am going to send this out via email, and hope you enjoy our little brief conversation. I will be sending out a supplemental podcast probably this week to just add some additional content. I'm trying to do something that just is more conversational, that you can learn things about what's going on in the world, business, tech, media, consumerism, all kinds of different things. And so I think it'll be interesting. We'll see. But for now, I appreciate you listening to this. Appreciate your time. Looking forward to a great semester with you, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.